Hi, and welcome to a very special interview here across our social media, as we want to say a huge thank you to everyone for all of their support with our WBBL team crowdfunder, and find out a little bit more about all of the work that our WBBL team do and how the money that you've been giving is going to help just support us into next season. To join us on this chat, I've got three of our team players who are all from here in the Northeast, and that's why it's great to bring them all together for this chat. First of all, I want to welcome onto this video Rachel Bland.
Hello. Hi, Dan.
Welcome to Ruth Thornley.
Hey guys, what's up?
And Orioma Chukwetu.
Hiya.
Thank you so much for joining us, girls. We're talking all things women's basketball, and of course, with so much support from the Eagles fan base that we've had through our crowdfunder page, looking towards the 2020-21 WBBL season. We want to say a big special thank you to everyone who's supported us so far, and anyone who can support us and join in on that. First of all, Rachel, if I can just come to you, how important is it to have the WBBL program here in the Northeast and really putting the top of that player pathway out there for young girls and young women to aspire to playing the sport that we love?
I mean, I think personally it's huge. It did a lot for me when I was growing up as well. But to have kind of the women's WBL at the top of that, being positive role models, positive female role models as well in the community, can only do positive things. You know, that's one of our aspirations, is to provide both boys and girls with opportunities. And I guess as a role model, or having the WBL team up there as a role model, can help influence young people to get involved with sport and continue and participate and develop the sport that we all love.
Ori, we had this season in the stand quite a lot of the games, if not all of them, members of our Eagles Academy. Of course, you came through that program, and how important was it for you to be able to see the next generation of young basketball talent in women's basketball in the stands watching you and supporting you as a product of our academy?
It was a great experience to see them watch us, because it also shows that we can inspire them. And it was good to also, I guess, go to some of their games and see them growing in it. It shows that they were passionate about it, and like we showed that there were other pathways that they could go through as well, and they could progress through.
Ruth, I think it's fair to say that you are always the first one in the gym on a Sunday afternoon at a WBBL game day, and the crowds have just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What is it like playing in the ECA in the WBBL?
Well, you've got to remember, I've sort of come from playing and training in any facility I can get in, and that was with Fab in the very early days of us sort of starting out. And then, you know, we always thought, oh, it'd be brilliant to have sort of this facility in order to train at, and it'd be known as a basketball facility. And then to sort of have that now, and coming in and knowing that almost you've been a part of it growing up, because you've invested in the sport, you've invested in Newcastle. It's been an absolute delight, to be fair, and especially coming out of retirement and coming back to be able to play in it myself and benefit, and seeing how it's actually benefiting across all of the grassroots. You know, and not even that, and just benefiting Newcastle as a city as well is absolutely huge. You know, we're all playing a part, especially the Eagles, you know, in facilitating the best environment for basketball players in order to excel to that next level.
Rachel, you and Ruth have played in the WBBL for many seasons, obviously the last two as part of the Eagles WBBL program. How have you seen the WBBL grow? And I mean, as I said to Ruth there as well, we were just in our last WBBL home game at the ECA, seeing our biggest crowd in attendance at a game. It really felt like it was building some momentum, didn't it?
It really did, yeah, and the support has been phenomenal. I mean, from the start, when we were at Northumbria, we were doing some starting to kind of, dip our toe in the water a little bit and make some movements. But when we came under the Newcastle Eagles club, things started to really kind of develop quite rapidly. And I think I can say for the rest of the team, we're all quite amazed at the support that we've had behind us and the fans that are pushing us forward, and also the club as well. It's just when we see those faces in the crowd and we see the familiar faces coming back each week, it just makes it that much more special. And you also see some of the younger faces in the crowd as well, really kind of like they're intentive, like they're really looking engaged and really interested in the sport and how they think. And when they come down and ask us for autographs and stuff like that, and also tell us about how they are developing in basketball, what they're doing and how they plan to kind of progress in the future, that's also really good to see. But just in general, the support that we've received from the fans is second to none. It really feels like a family.
Ori, I know that we've had a shorter season than we were hoping to. We'd got plans in place to have some pre-game clinics coming up. We've got some school visits coming up that were all planned. With WBBL and you being a part of this team and someone from here in the Northeast and coming through the Eagles programs, what is it like having the women's basketball talent actually going into schools and meeting these young players and introducing people to our sport, as opposed to just being members of the BBL men's team?
I think it's really good that when the players go in, because I remember being in Sacred Heart and I remember Rachel coming into my school and like coaching me, so then that was like really inspiring to then play with her now. And I think it's really great that we are going in because it shows that we really care, and we're really pushing it for women to play basketball and young girls to play basketball. It's really great when obviously you're a young girl and you see other females play basketball, because then it's not really like a men's sport. And I guess sometimes you grow up thinking, oh, it's just for boys, or sports is just for boys. But it's great to see women doing it and doing it at such a high level. So that always encourages the little girls.
Ruth and Rachel, this season, I think it's fair to say that we were on course for the playoffs, but it was cut short, that run and that momentum that we'd built up. You've both seen with the Team Northumbria franchise in the past success, and we didn't get a chance to get that playoffs run that we were hoping we were going to, but I think that it feels like this Eagles franchise has really kind of in this season set out its stall for future success, Ruth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it sucks that we didn't get to finish what we sort of started. And I know a lot of players, we've all met up as best we can in terms of saying goodbyes, social distancing wise. And I know a lot of players have said to us, we can't believe where we had to leave it, because we felt like we were going from strength to strength. Like Rachel said, people were getting behind us. We were becoming more known. And it really was, it was the hard work, because not everybody sees it, but the hard work that we put in order to be as good as we can be, and then seeing when we've put our practice and our hard work into play and seeing where we were going, to be cut short has been absolutely devastating, to say the least. We had such a fantastic team, and not just on the court, but off the court. It did really feel like we had a lot of unfinished business when it ended the way it did. We were not just because we showed quite dominance throughout the league play, but we definitely had a lot more to show. And one of the best things about the team was that we had a bit of everything, I felt. We all knew our roles. We're all happy with those. We had a lot of experience in coming in from EuroLeague players and stuff like that. Their knowledge is second to none. They really helped the team develop. And we all just clicked and had that chemistry. No matter how young you were, no matter how old you are, we're all on that same level playing field, playing for the same goal. And it was just really devastating, like Ruth said, to
to have that cut short when we were experiencing the success that we were, and definitely had a lot of potential to potentially, contend for some silverware.
And I think that was one of the things as well, sorry Dan, I know, but is when Rachel said, everyone knew their roles this year and knew whatever that role was is to fulfill it at your best, and understand that you can give everything you've got, but when it comes to it, it's not about individuals, it's about the team and what that individual can do to make that team better. And that doesn't necessarily mean at all times everybody's on the floor getting equal minutes. That means, I know my role this year was not to potentially be on the floor, but it was to be a loudmouth, fun person to get everybody motivated, which obviously changed because in the past I was very much a player on the floor. So it is crucial in terms of our success to know your role and be able to do that.
Ori, what would you want to say to everyone who's been supporting us on our crowdfunder page over the last few weeks? And, now we are so close to that goal and funding the 2020-21 WBBL season from all of their support. What would you like to say to all of those supporters that we've had on there?
I'd like to say a massive thank you, first of all, because it's really great to know that you're supporting us and you really believe in us. It'll be really helpful for our next season. It'll obviously be really helpful for our next season with the financial funds. And yeah, just a really big thank you for backing us all the way and getting behind us. And we'll try not to disappoint as well.
Well, it's been absolutely great to talk to all three of you. Any final words from you, Rach and Ruth?
Just a massive thank you as well for all the support from both the club, the fans and everything. It was a very enjoyable season just gone, and we're really looking forward to getting ourselves back on the court with all the support and hopefully bringing some silverware home.
Definitely, yeah. I guess obviously I would say thank you as well, and just know that it's only just beginning for us, because if we carry on the way we're going and we get the support behind us, there's no reason that we can't be just as successful as the men and be known just as influential as the men in terms of, supporting the Hoops for Health, supporting in the community and the younger teams. It all comes as a package. It's not just the BBL, the BBL, WBBL, everything, the grassroots that we invest in. I know we all as players try to get along to as many younger games as possible. And that was even before the games that we were playing, 2 hours later, we were still trying to make an appearance because we have to make that link. We all have to come together to be successful.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Rachel, Ori, Ruth, thank you so much. And all the best with the rest of lockdown. Hope you stay well. And we can't wait to hopefully see you back on court at the ECA with some more WBBL games.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
And if you can support our WBBL team in next season for 2020-21, we'd hugely appreciate it, as you've heard from the girls, and all of the great stuff that your support will enable them to do going forwards. Jump onto our crowdfunder page. You can find out about lots of sponsorship opportunities, ways to get WBBL season tickets, individual game tickets, and also a limited edition t-shirt. Plus, you can donate anything from as little as £5 on there as well. The link to get to that page is in the caption for this video. Thank you so much for all of your support.